feels like the rules don't apply to them. There's a decision made, and I don't know if it's like how somebody gets paid or whether or not somebody gets in trouble or fired, or if it's straight up talking about the law. But we have someone here with the Hierophant in the reverse, and it's not leading by example, right? It's the opposite. It's somebody who's like, no, 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 I worked really hard to get to where I am. And as a result, I feel like I should have, extra rights or privileges, or I shouldn't have to do what all the other people have to do. So this should be an interesting reading. Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. My hair is irritating me. Actually, a few things have been irritating me today. I got myself a little paper cut, you guys. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, along with more information on how to become a member, as well as more information on how to become the proud owner of one of my homemade soy candles. I am absolutely obsessed with the new scent, which is called Bad Habit. I haven't put it on the Etsy site yet. I will do that no later than tomorrow. But I'm very excited about it. All right, let's dive in and see why this person thinks they're so special and like better than everybody else. What kind of tarot deck do we need for that kind of person? We're gonna go with the Weird Cat Tarot because I feel like it. All right, what else do we have? What else do we have? The Knight of Cups, the Two of Swords, and the Four of Cups. So we could have somebody who is like, oh yeah, no, we like investigated ourselves and we decided that there's no problem. Or it's more like, yeah, everybody else is encouraged to avoid dating their coworker, but for me, it's just fine. There's nothing wrong because, I'm the one who like owns the business and stuff. There is a refusal to acknowledge that the way that they're approaching a situation would not be tolerated if they were someone else. So maybe this is even like, I don't know, the child of the business owner, right? Probably an adult child. Um, but we have this like resistance to like, no, 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 I'm different. I don't have to do what everybody else does. Hello, Priya. Hello, Redbeard. How we doing? Hello, Indra. Hello, Jay Sutton. What's up? Hello, Want Money. How would that information be helpful to you if we take into consideration that nothing is going to lead to my dating you? Just curious. I hope you get that soon, Priya. What else do we have? Nine of Swords and the Five of Pentacles in the reverse with the Three of Wands. Yeah, I mean, it's like I know that there are rules. I know that there are things that I shouldn't do. I know that, everybody around me is told that they can't park in that parking spot, or they can't leave early, or can't request off that particular day, but I'm special. It's like there's this hesitation. Like, I know I could potentially get in trouble for this, or I know that other people can't do this, but watch me. Hold my beer. I'm going to do it anyways. Hello, Tandy. How are you doing? Nice try, Slammy. What's your real name? Is it more or less embarrassing than the one that you made up? Hello, Amy. How are you doing? We have the Fool and the reverse. Oh, the things I would say if I was not on YouTube right now. We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Fool in the reverse, and the Queen of Swords. Yeah, this is somebody who I feel is at work or is dealing with money or is feeling like because of their connections, because of their reputation, that the rules just don't apply to them. And I'm not really going to feel bad about this, but I'm going to use Justin Timberlake as my example. I don't feel bad, okay? Because I feel like you made an arse of yourself. But when we got pulled over for driving drunk, which is not a good thing to do because it causes people to get injured or even worse. So like don't do it. But dude was like, this is gonna ruin the tour. Oh my gosh. That's you, that's what you sound like. This is like somebody who's like, no, 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 but don't you know what I do? Don't you know what I do for the world? It's like super important. So pulling me over and arresting me for something that I shouldn't be doing is it's like so wrong. Gosh, how could you do that? So we have somebody who I feel is either talking back or being a little bit difficult, even though whatever they did, not a good idea. It seems like a fair assessment. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that slamming. And hello, Matt. How's the Olive Garden? Hello, Adnan. I hope you're having a good day. Thank you, Indra. Just a little reminder, it really helps me out if you can put your question in the super chat so that I can see your question right away. I have written down your name, however. Hello, Andre. Interesting. Outsourcing the phone call to the baby daddy? By the way, so Indra, there's probably like word character limits on that. I could be a jerk and just say, then tip more, and then you'll have more space. But at least put the question in the super chat for me, please. And if there's additional background, you can put that in a follow-up comment. But it is, especially when it's a little bit crazy in the live chat, it is a little bit more difficult for me to get all of the information if it's not in that. So did she ask the baby daddy to contact you? That's wild. Absolutely wild. Hello, what's up, Jacula? Why are you still awake? I think it's because there's something you forgot to do. I didn't pull cards for that, but I think there's something you forgot to do. Have you brushed your teeth yet? Did you file your taxes? Did you wash behind your ears? Hello, Pedro. How are you doing? Hello, Hayden. How's your weekend going? Hello, Wandering Men. Are you trying to scare me? This is my not scared face. What's beside me or behind me is a bunch of tarot decks, which are pretty cool. Sometimes confused for guitar pedals? Is that what you guys called them? What did you call them? Question mark? So we have the Ten of Swords. Oh my gosh, it's gonna ruin the tour. We got somebody who's getting consequences and they didn't think they were gonna have to deal with consequences because I'm like special and stuff. Oh my gosh. But it's not gonna cut it. So sometimes people assume that they are more important than they actually are. And gosh, isn't that just like amusing for the rest of us? This person felt like their status was enough to avoid getting a ticket or avoid, having to go to the back of the line. Womp, 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 womp. So they are not following the rules. They are not doing what is expected of them. They might even be breaking the law. And then the law shows up and they're like, like, I'm famous and stuff. I'm like special. Have you seen me on Instagram? Oh my gosh. Dude, for real. I don't know, Andrea. I don't like this one very much, but I'm still gonna answer it for you. Meaning I don't like the person who treated you that way. That's not very nice of them. Of course I scare. Yeah, I do. Because like temptation. Hello, third eye. How are you doing? Hello, Vison. You know, when you say you have a strange question and then you clarify that it's going to be respectful, it makes me nervous, but proceed. We'll see if it gets you bumped out. Hello, Kay. Hello, COG. How we doing? Bob Parker. Don't forget to get your pets spayed and neutered. We've got 8 of Swords in the reverse and the King of Wands in the reverse. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're arresting me. Don't you know who I am? Don't you know how popular and how beloved I am? Don't you know how rich I am? What's your name? Who's your supervisor? I'm going to report you. Still don't feel bad for using the Justin Timberlake analogy or example, but this is someone who clearly felt like breaking the law or doing something illegal was something that they could just do and it wasn't going to be the same kind of fallout for them, right? No problem, Linda. Hello, Jamike. How you doing? No, definitely no princess energy here. And out to space, I don't know. I feel like that requires like a, what's the thing? It's not a helmet. Is it? With the, hello? I don't know. Anyways, so we got somebody who feels like they shouldn't have to follow the same rules as everybody else, right? We got that established. They have probably got some level of status, like that's celebrity or I'm a pillar of the community. I'm sure you all can tell that I take this very seriously, whoever this person is. 7 of Pentacles in the reverse, the Hermit in the reverse, and the 3 of Swords. Look, if you get to the point where your ego is so big that you don't feel like anybody else is like on your level, then that must be lonely. And you probably need somebody to bring you back down to earth. We got somebody here who just like they don't feel like they're part of the human race. I'm above and better than everybody else. Okay. I love how I'm like in my mind imitating Justin Timberlake, and that's how he sounds. It's the curly hair. Lovers in the reverse. This person doesn't understand why they can't just like sidestep the consequences of their actions because they're different, they're special, they're a celebrity. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, it would mean a lot to me if you try to fit it. But what do we have? Wealthy toddler. You crack me up. All right, let me add that for you, Dana. I hope you're having a good one. Will it come true? I've added that for you. Thank you, Dana. Read me, not roast me. That's maybe the best request I've seen. Thank you, Adnan. Let me add that for you. Hello, Dr. Green. How are you doing? I hope you're enjoying your weekend. Dracula, you're cracking me up. Really? Okay, so then I guess I'm gonna have to like go check out Adventure Time and check out Lumpy Space Princess. We would probably be friends. That's my guess. But I'm also thinking of Cheryl. Was that her name? Carol on Archer. I think she did actually like change her name partway through, or like other people were calling her a name that wasn't hers. But you know, the one who's like, "You're not my supervisor." I think her last name was Tunt. Pretty sure about that one. Hard to forget that one. Hello, Rachel. How are you doing? We are 15 minutes in, and somehow I've only pulled from 2 tarot decks. I gotta work on that. Thank you, Tracy. I hope you're having a good day. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Jane. I hope you're having a good one. Jane, I do personal questions after the general reading, and if you'd like to be added to the list, you can include your question in a super chat. So we have the Empress, the King of Cups in the reverse, and the High Priestess in the reverse. So you know how they use that term grounded? And they use it a lot when you're talking about somebody who has gotten rich or famous, because it's like unheard of for most people to be able to navigate those waters and still somehow be a good person. Like Dolly Parton, props to you. Famous, you still got a sense of humor. You still know how to like do the self-deprecation thing. People adore you. You look out for other people. Like I'm pretty sure Dolly Parton's probably the most beloved celebrity on the planet, right? Fight me. This is not Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton would never. This is somebody who feels like entitled to being beloved, or feels entitled to like walking down the street and of course you know who I am. Everybody knows who I am. Why are you doing that weird hair? One of my favorite clips, I don't know if I should go that far, but I laughed a lot, was when somebody was talking to Jennifer Lopez on like a public street and genuinely did not recognize her. I don't think it was a skit. I think it was real. And asked her what she did. And the look on her face was kind of amazing because it's like, how do you not know me? Yeah, it's like everybody knows me. That's what this person's like. King of Cups in the reverse, High Priestess in the reverse. Like, I have built something, I have made money, I have, you know, accomplished stuff, built an empire. So bow before me and don't question me, and make sure that everything that you say about me is like complimentary and flattery, right? High Priestess being in the reverse, this to me is, I want people to be yes men. I want people to be telling me that everything I do is great. Which is interesting because just last night I watched a movie about King Henry VIII called Firebrand, by the way. Pretty good movie. Although they did some revisionist stuff to history, which I take issue with, but I think it was a pretty good movie nonetheless. Jude Law, who used to be like real hot, plays King Henry VIII in his elder years, which is interesting. But King Henry VIII is a pretty good example of somebody who was like, no, 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 no. Do not critique what I just said. If I said something, it's basically like sanctioned by God. Like that's what it is. Okay. Don't presume to know anything better than me. That's what this person's doing. They're like, no, 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 no. I decided that I wanted to do that, so I did it. Dr. Green, I think I replied to your comment. I do have PayPal linked in the description box, so you can clarify when you PayPal what tarot deck you want me to get, and then I will show you like the receipt of ordering it. That helps me to avoid people sending me a duplicate because I do already have. I think we're about to be at 108. I have another one showing up like tomorrow, I think. Well, tomorrow's a holiday. Tuesday. So then I can avoid having duplicates. But I do also have a P.O. box. I just don't really like to put that on YouTube. LOL, third eye. And yes, exactly, Redbeard. Hello, Stevie. How are you doing? Hello, Lemonade. Hello, Elijah. Hello, Shayla. How you doing today? Elvis or the Beatles? I feel like Elvis didn't really source his material with the appropriate amount of respect and honoring where he was inspired. Much as, you know, I think my entire country is obsessed with Elvis. I would probably choose the Beatles. But I'm probably gonna make a lot of enemies at this point, but I think both the Beatles and Elvis are overrated. Do they have their place in music history or like as like giants within the music industry? Sure, that's fine. But I do think that there's a point where people are like, oh my God, everything you do is so amazing. And it's like, could we just be like a little bit more critical of people, even when they've done amazing things? I mean, yeah, we're gonna leave it there. Hello, Cynthia. How are you doing? Hello, Urban Walker. How are you doing? So we've got the Six of Wands, Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, the Lovers in the reverse, and the Eight of Wands in the reverse. No. I shouldn't have to pay any fines. I shouldn't have to go to jail. I shouldn't have to do anything because Six of Wands, I have accomplished so much. Look at me on my throne. Lovers in the reverse, Eight of Wands in the reverse. But we have someone here who is not interested in that. Like, hey, that's great. You're famous, but you did the thing that you weren't supposed to do. So I'm not going to just like flatter you and like, oh, of course, my lord, I'm so sorry. I should have known better. We have somebody who's not backing down. They're like, no, I'm going to place you under arrest, or I'm going to sue you, or I'm going to, you know, follow the rules. That sounds like fun, Elijah. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Shayla. And I'm glad to hear you're feeling better too, Dana. Double tap that button like it's a zombie trying to get you. I like it. Hello, Seth. How are you doing? Hello, Jay. What's up? So we've got the World, the Magician, and the Reverse. This is a lesson in humility for this person who clearly lacks it. They go and like fully appreciate what being humble looks like because I do feel like this person ends up in jail or ends up in a courtroom having to talk through their decision and maybe even getting just a little embarrassed if there was, you know, any kind of video recording or audio of their reaction, like me, I'm not like everybody else, you know, like that Leo DiCaprio meme where he's like, now we have a judge who's saying, well, that's weird because you're a member of the society, right? There are other laws that you follow, right? So why is this one not for you? Why are you exempted? Go on. Makes me think of the the Johnny Depp scene with Blow where he's trying to talk to the judge about how it's just like some plants that I carried over an imaginary line. You know, it's not a big deal. Boom, right off to jail he goes. He thinks he's so clever. Hello, Static. How are you doing? Hello, Pedro. How are you doing? We have the Four of Wands in the reverse, the Ace of Wands, and the Eight of Cups. So we have someone who tries to say that these are baseless accusations or that it's somehow unfair or somebody is operating out of their jurisdiction or it's just like completely unfair of them to require certain things. And I think they get told to sit down and shut up. Like, I'm sorry this is inconvenient for you, but you should have thought of that when you broke the law. You should have thought of that when you broke the rule. You're going to have to pay the fine, or you're going to have to go to jail, or you're going to have to, you know, miss out on the tour. What else do we have? Two of Cups, King of Wands, Ten of Swords in the reverse, and the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. They are pissing off the decision maker, which could be a judge. Doesn't have to be. But we have somebody who's like, no. Perhaps you have mistaken who you are and what you're facing and whether or not your name is enough to get you out of such circumstances, because it is, in fact, not. So we have this Two of Cups. It's an agreement. Ten of Swords in the reverse, Page of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like it's some sort of like plea bargain or deal. Or, fine, you know, I'll pay a little bit now and then I'll pay a little bit later. But we have somebody who's acknowledging, oh, you know what? I might actually be in a little bit of trouble for this. I might not be as exempted as I thought I was. Hello, Lee. I hope you're having a good day. Absolutely. I'm adding that for you. Yeah, the Ten of Swords in the reverse, this is like, they make it worse for themselves by stomping their foot and being difficult and saying, I shouldn't have to deal with this. I'm special. I'm different. Ooh, the jokes I want to make right now because Third Eye made just the teensy weensy little spelling error. How do you pronounce that? Like, when there's no W. I'm just curious. Why you gotta put mustard on it? I know somebody from CKY who would hate that. Oh, what was that dude's name? It started with an R, didn't it? Rake? Did you guys ever watch CKY? It was like the precursor to, gosh, I can't say any of their names. Jerk. You know, the, like, Steve-O crew. Anyways, we got Ace of Wands in the reverse. That's another one, actually, because I think Bam Margera did that thing where he was like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? You can't arrest me. I'm like special and stuff. Plus, like, this is like what I do for work. I just like break laws and like break bones and stuff. And then people laugh about it. So we've got somebody who previously, I think, got away with a lot. And now they're slamming right into this like wall of consequences. And realizing they don't have anyone to turn to. They're not going to be able to change this, right? I think I did. I might have missed it, though. How many did you do, Dracula? Yes. Thank you, Shayla. Why is it weird, Third Eye? Do you love Bam Margera? It's because whenever I think of mustard or like people who hate mustard, I think of that dude from CKY. I don't know why that has stuck with me for like literal decades. Like, it should not be important to me to remember that he hates mustard. Do y'all remember? Oh, yeah, no, he doesn't look like that anymore. I can't remember what his name. I think it's like Rake or something like that. All right, so we have the Nine of Swords in the reverse and the Hanged Man in the reverse. This is somebody who feels like they can always get out of trouble easily, just like By the way, do you know who I am? Let me just write it down for you real quick. I know, I'm famous. Isn't it great? So, like, about those charges, poof, disappear, right? Like David Copperfield. Eight of Swords in the reverse and the Seven of Wands in the reverse. Nobody's coming to save this person. Nobody's gonna delete the offense or the records. Nobody's gonna be like, oh gosh, this was paid. It's totally fine. They're actually facing these consequences. But some people, they go to jail or they, deal with the consequences, and then their career continues after. Like, shout out to Martha Stewart, if I could say anything normal right now. Oh, that's funny. I'm so glad you typed it again, Dracula, because I love that movie. It's so ridiculous. Absolutely. Please donate here for the Derek Zoolander Center for kids who can't read good and who want to learn to do other stuff good. Is this a joke? It's not big enough for people to fit inside. Whatever he said about the model. Devil in the reverse, Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, and Judgment. There are consequences. They broke the law, or they, broke the rules, whatever. I think it's breaking the law. And they aren't able to, like, wriggle their way out of it. Wiggle their way out of it? Weird. They actually end up having some consequences. They have, I think it's probably more than paying a fine. I think they literally have to, like, reschedule something or miss out on an activity that they were really determined to be a part of. Hello, Joy. Hello, Shruti. How are we doing? Hello, Anita. Sorry, guys. It's a nickname. We've got Knight of Cups in the reverse and the Fool. So we have a lesson being learned. Yes, they stomp their feet. Yes, they get mad. And yes, they ask, like, what about the tour? Oh my gosh, it's going to ruin everything. But this process is meant to bring this person back down to earth a little bit because they got a little too big for their britches. They got a little bit too J-Lo about it. I said what I said. King of Wands in the reverse, Ten of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. Yeah. So you're going to have to face the reality that you are still a human. There are still laws that apply to you. And even though you might think that everybody in their, in the world thinks you're amazing and wants to be you, it doesn't change the fact that when you break the law or when you do something like driving drunk, which you shouldn't do, Mr. Timberlake, then, there are consequences. I really hope he doesn't get all mad at me for that. Like, alleged driving drunk. There we go. Is that better? Has he been, like, actually, like, what is it, convicted? I don't know. Eyes for you, fascinated, watching, magnetic, unexplainable pull, can't resist. So this is somebody who feels like they're always being watched. Now I think they might actually try to say that this is something that happened just because people are jealous of them, or, someone pulled them over because they just wanted to get, like, a signature. What is it called? Autograph. Hello, Louise. How are we doing today? I am running a little behind, you guys. Thank you for your patience. Was it Jay's book collection? Who does it go to? Awesome. I've got that added for you. Thank you, Luis. You want a nickname to be Kevin? That's funny. Hello, Atira. You can ask questions at the end of the general. You can attach it to a super chat, just like Luis did there. And I will add you to the list. I've got to start those shortly, but I've been talking too much, you know? I've been like making fun of JT and J-Lo, apparently. Sorry, guys. You're perfect examples. So we have somebody here who ends up cutting off their romantic partner because of the drama queen energy. But it's hitting close to home. So we might have a serious relationship that ends because of this person and their attitude. Or what they get caught doing indicates that they were doing some other stuff that they shouldn't be doing, like maybe out there cheating. So we do have some legal consequences that are happening, and it could be a little bit wider spread than expected because there are other elements that were touched on or that come out in discovery. And it makes it pretty clear that this individual, this Empress, King of Cups in the reverse, that they're a little bit self-obsessed or unwilling to do right by those around them. So they are, in fact, not grounded. But kind of like a 7-year-old, they're going to be grounded for like a couple weeks, couple months, whatever it is. You cannot go to your concert. Sit down and shut up. It's going to be difficult for them. They'll make it though, right, you guys? They'll figure it out. Hello, Sandra. How are you doing? Thank you, Static. I guess I'm a little sassy today. Hello, Sandy. How are you doing? Hello, Melissa. Oh, that's silly. Nice try, the Redbeard. I don't need any substances to be delightfully hilarious. Just sit down and enjoy. You don't have to be jealous about it. All right, let's get started on these personal questions. This is the Meta Muse, and we've got Indra, and then Dana, and then Adnan, and then Lee, and then Luis. Okay? I can't read this because it is curling up. Hold on, please. There we go. No, that didn't help. All right, for Indra, did the ex's baby daddy contact Indra because the ex told the baby daddy to do it? No. I don't believe there was a specific request, but there was a lot of talking about it that I think irritated the baby daddy. Like, gosh, you keep making this sound like a big deal. Like, why don't we just figure out what's up? I feel like something gets easier for the baby daddy if you're in the picture. So there's some perceived benefit on the baby daddy side if you are in your ex's life again. I don't know if it's just like, hey, then like there's less that I need to pay for or less that I need to do. Like then somebody's there to like fix the faucet at midnight or whatever. I think this is a little bit crafty and clever on the part of the baby daddy. It's just kind of like, let's bring you back in, and then you're here to do stuff that I don't need to be doing. Have a good one, Dracula. Have a good one, Rachel. Yes, exactly. All right. So this is basically saying, be cautious, Indra. 9 of Wands in the reverse. It's kind of looking to me like a little bit of a trap. I don't think your ex is ready for it. It being like mature adulthood. There's definitely some healing that needs to happen. So I would be cautious. Proceed cautiously, or don't proceed. Maybe just cuddle up in your bed and watch a movie instead. Thank you, Shayla. Let me add that for you. Well, ex-husband sing like a canary. After caught. I've added that for you. Thank you. And for Dana, we have the graffiti tarot. Vaughn had a dream that I was pregnant. Will it come true? There is a very good chance. 2 of Wands, 4 of Swords, and the 10 of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing with this 2 of Wands is a space of time. So in between the 2 Wands, some jokes I could make, but I'm not going to. Look, honestly, I feel like we have multiple choices within a period of time, and I feel like it's over the next 4 weeks. But there are 2 chances within the next 4 to 5 weeks, and that's where it could potentially come true, because 10 of Pentacles can be a very like treasured thing, such as a child, or it can literally refer to family. But is there something here that gets in the way? Let me add that for Joy, please. Thank you for the question, Joy. I have added that for you. There is a risk as far as I'm trying to think of a good way to say this. All right, Dana, forgive me. The way that this message is coming through is an image from The Big Lebowski. Some of you may already know what I'm about to say. When Julianne Moore is post-coital on the bed and like rocking a little bit, it is encouraged to do that. I'm confused, Indra. Yeah. I think it definitely has to do with that. Let's see. Gonna have to do a handstand. Y'all are killing me today. Crazy. All right, let's see what we've got for Adnan. Which was probably my favorite request in a long time. Read me, not roast me. But like I'm on a roll today, okay? All right, what do we have as far as guidance for Adnan, please? We have the Hierophant. The Hierophant's in the reverse, though. Justice and Eight of Swords in the reverse. Adnan, there's somebody here who did not follow through on, like, they have morals and believe in, principles or rules, but didn't really follow their own rules. So this isn't like breaking the law like the general reading. This is more so like do as I say, not as I do. So it could be like a parent, or it could be someone that you work with. But this is somebody who they're getting exposed, or the truth is coming out about how they didn't really do what they were supposed to do, even though they do, I think, act a little high and mighty. So with the Hermit, we have someone who finds out the information and is able to basically identify what this person did. So we could have somebody who is using like logins to track what happened, or maybe even had like a teddy bear camera. But there's evidence that comes up that makes this Hierophant in the reverse like they're kind of exposed for being a hypocrite. Why did she tell? That she will give me a second chance. Awesome. I've added that for you. What to gain? It's hard not to hear that, right? I get it, Lemonade. All right, so with the Fool in the reverse, Adnan, we have somebody who is going to have some consequences, and they could be financial, either getting fired or having to pay something back or having to pay a fine. Page of Swords in the reverse, and this is somebody who lied about what they were doing or what happened and felt like they could avoid the consequences. They're going to lose their temper over the actual consequences of their own actions. So you may be encouraged to distance yourself from this person, because I feel like they're going to be kicking at everybody around them because they're really mad at themselves. So is this like a coworker? Nope. Funny too, it's 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. Is this a family member? This is a family member, or someone that you would consider family. If this person asks to borrow money, do not give them money. You might feel a little bit bad about it, but do not give them money. So be cautious. Let's see what we've got for Lee, and good luck, Adnan. Taking away her allowance. That could definitely be part of it. So for Lee, we've got random. What do we have for Lee, please? What does Lee need to know? 3 of Crystals, which is the 3 of Swords, Magician in the reverse, 7 of Crystals, or 7 of Swords, Devil in the reverse, Empress in the reverse. We have disappointment. I feel like this is someone who said they would do something and they're not going to actually end up doing it. And with the Magician in the reverse, I do feel like this person was being a bit manipulative. It's like, I'm making a deal with you knowing that I can't do what I told you I'm going to do, but, you know, still expecting you to do what you promised to do. Like, if you mow the lawn, then I will do the laundry. And you go, you mow the lawn, and then this person's sitting there playing video games, not like having touched the laundry. This is someone who is kind of feeling a little bit superior, like they don't have to actually do what they promised to do, but they expect you to be operating within the rules and expectations of this agreement. So they're putting this agreement at risk. They don't seem to understand how they're undermining themselves or this situation. Yes, thank you, Luis. I added it. Oh, I think you have a life worth living, Urban Walker. I'm sending you a big ol' hug. That sounds awful, Shayla. But I'm proud of you. We've got 5 of crystals, which is the 5 of swords, 7 of wicks or 7 of wands in the reverse. Do not interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake, Lee. I do feel like you've worked hard to establish this agreement. I feel like you probably know what I'm referring to. And this person, probably your ex, is ruining it by not doing his end of the bargain. It could be a different one. It could be a different agreement. But whoever is not holding up their end of the bargain, it's not your responsibility to advise them of the potential consequences for them not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Yeah, they really do. Hello, Darnell. How are you doing? So be cautiously, and I guess this is saying be quiet. Don't tell them what they're doing or what the potential consequences are, because maybe those consequences are what, you know, maybe that's what's supposed to happen. All right, let's see what we've got for Luis. Luis, we're going to go with the Egyptian tarot for you. To you as well, Brenda. I hope you're having a good day. Was it Jay's book collection that needs to be given to the right person that we were talking about the other day? No. So the way that the 3 of Pentacles is with the bird in the middle there, I feel like this is a collection, yes, but it's not all in one place, and I don't think it's books. Could it be plateware? Silverware? Wine glasses? I feel like it has something to do with kitchen or partying. Is it something to do with the kitchen? This is more so like something that would have been utilized or carded out during like family or like party type events. Why the death card? It's in 2 different places. So it could be that this is saying someone has part of what they're supposed to have, but not all of it, and someone is withholding one element, right? Like there's one part that's supposed to go along with the others, and that's missing. So with this Page of Pentacles, I feel like there would be an inventory or something written down about this, but there's like a piece that's missing. 7 of Cups, 10 of Wands in reverse, and this is driving her crazy. So it would be like, trying to think of a good example. If you had a 500-piece puzzle and somewhere along the lines, 2 pieces of the puzzle got like left at somebody else's place, like that's driving her crazy. Hello, how's it going, Sayur? I love puzzles. I don't have the right table for it right now, or the right like space, so I haven't done one in a long time. So yeah, it's like there's a piece of a collection that is missing. Oh, I thought that's what I was doing, Luis. I'm sorry. Do you feel like I'm not helping? It's the worst, Shayla. I've had that happen. I get a little bit paranoid about it. But with the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse, it's like you got like 80% of this thing or this collection, but not all of it. This is the Bianco Nero. Oh, you said who does it go to? Oh, that's kind of a tricky one. I feel like the person who is supposed to have this collection has some of it already. Is that right? Oh, why did I go back to the wrong one? Hold on. Does this person already have part of what they're supposed to have? Yes. So this would be somebody who has a collection and may think that it's complete, but it is incomplete. Hello, Sam. How are you doing? You like it, lemonade? Okay, you do you. Hello, Delinia. How are you doing? So you should be able to determine who it is because they already have part of it or they're already listed. But there's something that's missing that's supposed to go with that. But it's not somebody who has got nothing. They've got some of it. Yes, somebody didn't bring back the bowl from dinner. All right, let's see what we've got for Shayla. Will the ex-hubby sing like a canary after being caught? Yes. There's multiple offenses here. There's more than one problem. And I do feel like the secret has become burdensome. So almost like there's going to be a sigh of relief because I finally don't have to think about this anymore. 7 of Pentacles in the reverse, 2 of Swords, and the Devil. This is a bigger problem than most people are aware. So multiple offenses or multiple things that, you know, he's kept secret. Oh, I hope that he gets through that. I do see there being some lifting of spirits once this is dealt with. So this is actually, it's going to be painful, but it is what needs to happen for growth and for healing. So I guess you could argue this is like hitting rock bottom, and then we have a shift, and now it's like, okay, well, I guess I need to like actually work on these things. Yeah. This is going to be good, even though it's difficult initially. Airing out all the grievances or, you know, knowing what we need to work on, getting that list put together so that now we can take action on it. Now he's going to have to deal with these things instead of just keeping them all bottled up. So it's positive, even though it is initially probably seen as a negative or frustration. And for Joy, we've got, should I give up on him? I'm sending you a big old hug, first of all. Unless you don't like hugs, then hug rescinded, because I don't want to do that if you don't want one. Should Joy give up on him? Yes. 5 of Wands. Learn to take life as it comes, both positive and negative. This is somebody who has an inner conflict that they refuse to deal with, so it manifests itself as outer conflict with you, or like, I'm not dealing with what I need to, so I am focusing on you being the problem, even though you're not the problem. Thank you again, Lee. That's ridiculous. Like, I'm mad on your behalf. That is ridiculous. So do you want me to confirm if that's what we were talking about? Transportation. Goodness. Y'all are funny. Hello, Marcus. How's your weekend going? Thank you for the tip. Why Does Marcus keep having the dream from last night? I have added that for you. Thank you, Marcus. Oh, no Reds game today. I'm sorry. It's rainy here too. I think it kind of ruined a lot of people's holiday weekend. But hey, I made candles as a result, so that's nice. Anything else for Joy, please? Chariot in the reverse, Four of Pentacles, and the Seven of Wands in the reverse. This is a person who is stopped in their tracks or is stuck because they like basically throw their hands up and say, nah, I can't do anything about it. It is what it is. As opposed to, you know, pulling up your big boy pants and saying, hey, I guess I need to work on this. Holding on too tight can stop you from moving forward. You're holding on to this person, hoping that they're going to do the work while you hold on to them, when it appears to me that the only way they actually accept that they are responsible for their own healing is if they lose you. So, do you have to like fix problems for this person? If their shoes are untied, do they ask you to get down there in time for them? This is someone who is insecure and disorganized, needs to deal with their own issues, but I feel like they look up at you and they're like, will you do that for me? Ain't your responsibility. You don't have to cheer this person up to distract from the things that they have given up on or the things that they allow to persist in their life just so that they can like complain about it. Stop being the person they can complain to. I feel like I have to say it again. Holding on too tight can stop you from moving forward. So there are things that you are meant to enjoy or pursue or have access to, and he blocks you. He makes it so that you don't get those good things. That's not fair. And it's all because he's not willing to do the things he needs to do for himself. So, yes, it is time. Anything else? Three of Wands in the reverse, Five of Cups. Do not blame yourself. It is not your responsibility and it is not your fault. It is not your fault. So, what is that? I'm going to wash that man right out of my hair. I think it's from South Pacific. That's the song I dedicate to you. Because there's better things for you out there. Thank you for the sparkles, Jose. I appreciate it. You're right, Redbeard. Have a wonderful day, Joy. And you deserve amazing things. Just remember that. All right, let's see what we've got for... yes, more for Indra. Why did she tell him that she'll give me a second chance? What does she have to gain? Devil, Seven of Cups, Five of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. This feels like a little bit petty to me. It's like I'm trying to instigate something or I'm trying to make someone feel competitive, but that person doesn't like take the opportunity for that. So maybe trying to start like an argument, make this baby daddy feel like they should do something better. It's an attempt at manipulation, but not a good one because it fails. So it's like you're going to miss out on something or you're not going to get the same amount of attention or time or whatever. It's foolish. It's folly. It's a waste of time. But your ex feels like it's going to motivate the baby daddy to do something differently. Hello, Flower. How are you doing? Ooh, silence? That's not a good look. Why is he silent? And what is next for me? Was it the right decision? Thank you for the tip, Flower. I have added that for you. You're so welcome, Joy. You are not late. You are key. I love that. Hello, Key Controller. How are you doing? Hello, Carrie. Hello, MDZ. Feel free to add your question to a super chat if you would like me to do that for you. Hello, Ricky. How's your day? And what does Indra's ex have to gain from this, please? Page of Pentacles. She's looking for money. She wants money. She wants to not have to find money for certain things, or she wants to have, responsibilities outsourced to somebody else. We've got King of Wands in the reverse, Magician in the reverse. This is like trying to use reverse psychology, but poorly. This is like, I looked up reverse psychology on YouTube and watched the first 15 seconds of a video, felt like I got a pretty good grasp on it, and then I tried to use it on someone and it didn't work. I don't know. Futile is the word that comes to mind. This is someone who's trying to manipulate, but they're not good at it. End of story. Not very good. Does she want Indra to approach? No. This is weird to me. Empress in the reverse. She's literally trying to manipulate everyone. I don't think she actually wants this second chance. I think she's trying to manipulate the baby daddy. I would be at a very great distance from this. Because, look, manipulation is awful. It's obnoxious. Gaslighting is stupid, especially when you can see through what this person's doing. But how to make it worse? Be bad at it. Because now I'm like frustrated because you're trying to manipulate me, but also insulted because you thought that that was going to work and it was like a low-level effort. This person needs to grow up. I'm sorry to be so harsh, but this is someone who's trying to manipulate people and they're not very good at it. And that irritates me. Hello, Art. How are you doing? Ooh, on May 30th. That's cool. Happy early birthday. Friend forgot? I'm not a fan of that, but know that I will be celebrating you. Any guidance? And how is my son? Doing better with fears? I sure hope so, but I have added that for you. Thank you, Flower. Yes, I think that's correct, Indra. Don't approach me, personal space. Let's see. Yes, that's fair, Melissa. Oh, hello to your son. I hope he's having a good day. Let's see. So we're going to go with the Wild Reflections Tarot. And we've got Lee up next, and then Marcus, and then Flower. Yeah, I think, Indra, you should invest your time elsewhere. Let her spin out on her own time or crash out on her own time. Hello, Johnny. How are you doing? Welcome. And thank you, everyone, for the likes and the subscribes. I do appreciate it. So there's going to be some custody changes as far as summer, but he wants Lee to do all of the transportation. What does Lee need to know about this, please? I mean, it might be better for Sage. I don't like the entitlement. I don't like the I'm putting forth as little effort as I can. But I will say this, I think Sage is happier when she has more time around you. And what I actually saw was like replayed a scene from my own youth where when I went to high school, I had to go to a school that was like a little bit out of the way, didn't have the option to take a bus, and it was close to where my dad worked. So he would just drive me and most days my best friend to high school. And there are a lot of beautiful memories that I had just, stupid conversation with my dad on the way to his work and my school during high school. I remember very clearly him making fun of me for saying like all the time. Oh my gosh, how many times can you use the word like in one sentence? You're like setting like a world record, like, oh my gosh. Can you add it at the end of the sentence, like, or is that not like cool? He's funny, okay? He's hilarious. And he made fun of me when he should have. And I also remember some like literal pearls of wisdom that I got on those road trips. So I guess what this is saying is there is a silver lining to this, which is he's giving up his responsibility for transportation, or he's giving up these moments to spend time with your daughter, not realizing that what he's actually doing is sacrificing these times where he could have some beautiful memories made with his daughter. And instead, it's you who gets to make these memories. Is it added responsibility and cost with the, cost of gas these days? Yes, it is. But he's also giving up the opportunity to spend more time with your daughter. And I think there's also going to be a positive impact to your daughter's personality or disposition because she's spending more time with you. So it's like, yeah, it's a responsibility. It shouldn't have to be a responsibility, or he should be taking ownership over more. Maybe you can just make him pay for the gas. Okay, fine. I will do the actual delivery, but I expect you, or, we're going to include it into the agreement that you have to pay for the gas. Like, if you're not actually going to be the person who's doing the transportation, you should facilitate it financially. I would see if you could work that in. But I see this being a positive for Sage because having more time with you versus him gives her a more positive outlook on life, and you have these good memories that happen as a result. So let him ruin it or let him fail to do his side of the bargain, but keep track of how much it costs you. Because I feel like he should have to pay for that. Is he going to end up having to pay for that? Because that would be great. Ooh, he is. Keep track of that. I think you're going to be able to either, you're going to like make out in the end as far as financially because he's not doing the work. Hello, Chris. How are you doing? Thank you, everybody, for being so kind to Flower and just to others in general. I appreciate that. He sent you hearts. Can't even type. That's so cute. Lee, I'm sending you a big hug. I hope things go well. I do feel like this is going to work out. Let's see what we get for Marcus. There's a repeating dream that happened last night. Why is Marcus having this dream? Why does Marcus keep having this dream, please? Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Swords. Okay. Tower. It's a warning. Oh, that gives me chills. Marcus, look at this. I have pulled 4 cards, okay? 4 out of 78 cards. 75% of them are the number 7. 7 of Wands, 7 of Swords, 7 of Cups. The only one that's not a 7 is the Tower. This is a warning. Something that seems fantastical or fake is a very real concern. So is this something that people don't like? How do I say this? Is this something that generally would not be taken as a concern or as a warning? Yes. And with the Queen of Pentacles and the reverse, 2 of Cups and the reverse, this is something that could happen or be concerning for someone that is very close to you or beloved. So there's a warning in this dream. But with the 7 of Wands, I feel like you can protect against this. I feel like there's an emotional consequence. 5 of Swords in reverse, but you can repair this. You can anticipate this and cut it off at the pass so that it doesn't actually happen. King of Pentacles in the reverse. So there's instability or some sort of chaos that can be managed. But there's an injustice that is at risk of happening if you go about your life without any kind of change. But this is something that impacts your family, and you're able to limit that. Is there a chance that somebody needs therapy? King of Cups in the reverse can indicate somebody who has some emotional issues. And the 9 of Swords in the reverse would be like recovery or dealing with that anxiety. So there could be someone here who is experiencing emotional issues or has trauma that has not been dealt with or could experience trauma. There is something here that can be avoided or like dealt with to avoid a problem. So it could be that therapy is the answer. I hope that's helpful, Marcus. And let's see what we've got for flower. We shall use the Shadow, Spellcaster's Tarot. You're welcome, Lee. Oh my, we are already almost up to 80 minutes. Wild! Thank you everyone for liking and subscribing. I appreciate it. All right, so for flower, there's been silence since you told bike instructor what you need. Why has he been silent? We have the Magician, the 2 of Wands, the King of Cups. So this is like when you're in an interview and someone asks you a behavioral question and you could just like rattle something off initially, but then you would maybe not do it justice. I feel like he's taking a beat to actually like think about things. Is this something that I can do, or would I just would I cause problems? So this is like he's taking a moment to think about whether or not he can handle this or whether or not he can do right by you. So is this like good intentions? That's adorable, flower. Oh, that's amazing, vaccinator. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Hello, cats. How are you doing? He's nervous about the emotional side of things. The bike instructor is fearful that if he approaches things that it would be too much, but he does have this desire. So would he do right? Yes, but he's trying to figure out how. This is like This is like that meme with the lady that has all the math over her head where it's like, carry the two, can I do that? Is he worried about the parenting? There's some concern here over, I don't know, maybe getting attached to your son. Five of Cups, Three of Swords in the reverse. I feel like there's something here with like family. Like if I get close to you and then we don't end up working out, my mom's going to be extra disappointed because I didn't get married. Or if I get really close to you and we date and then I'm like a stepfather, will it break my heart an extra time because I have to disconnect from your kid? There is something here where it's like I'm thinking about long term and what it could actually mean if I pursue something with you, but I'm nervous because I don't want it to be a problem if I miss, right? Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. So he doesn't know the answer. It's like, I want to do the right thing. I want to be a good partner. I want to be, I want to satisfy those requirements that you called out, but I don't know how to respond. So he's really thinking about things right now. What's next for Flower? Six of Pentacles. I see you getting something for free or something discounted and a moment of frustration. So maybe you have a really frustrating day or, deal with somebody who's extremely difficult. And then you go into your favorite restaurant and they decide, hey, you know what, this person ordered the wrong thing and then walked out. Do you want this thing for free? I see you getting something free. Okay. But I feel like you would have like bought it anyways, or you would have been there to like spend some money anyways. Either a discount or something for free. So you get a little handout, a little like reminder from the universe that like they're looking out for you. Page of Swords in the reverse, Ace of Swords, and the Three of Wands. This is meant to remind you that you are cared for. So you get something that feels like, the universe is looking out for you. Oh, okay. So he's trying to figure that out. Hello, JCH. How are you doing? And was it the right decision? Yes. Because there's information that you are not privy to at this time, but your intuition is guiding you. So you made the right decision. You came through as the King of Wands. So, BAMF. And the King of Pentacles. So you've made the right decision to have smoother sailing, basically, or to remain grounded. And any guidance with regards to the upcoming birthday? Someone's going to say something to you that you are not meant to take seriously. This is someone who is speaking from a place of fear, and they should be speaking from a place of love. So it's like, don't take them too seriously. I think this person cares about you, but they're going about it the wrong way. Bless him. I am not a spring chicken, but I still get words of advice from my father as if I just started driving yesterday, or I just, I don't know, started operating a vehicle and don't know how to do oil changes and things like that. I love my dad, don't get me wrong, but he's always like, did you do that? What about this? There's something here where someone is talking to you and it comes from a place of fear. It is not like meant to be a criticism of you. It could be about parenting. Brush it off, let it go. Don't focus on it too much. It's just somebody who's like saying something they probably shouldn't, you know. Hierophant in the reverse. This is somebody who it's like they're undermining you, or they're trying, the way they say it is just not sitting right with you. And you could be like, excuse me, I beg your finest pardon. You can start a fight over it, but this is saying it's not worth it. That person, they mean well. They could have said it better, but they didn't. Just skip right on over it. Whatever. Okay. You do you. You've got control over the situation that they feel like they need to like put their nose in. And how is Sun? I love that. We have the moon, which of course is like the opposite of the sun with UN, right? But we're talking about SON. With the moon, I'm just going to tell you, your sun has some gifts that have not fully manifested themselves. I do think he's extremely intelligent and intuitive, and people are going to underestimate your sun. But things are improving. Things are changing in a positive way. And I feel like you're going to start to see more of these gifts coming through. I think we talked about art. Art is really important for your son, because I feel like there are things that are difficult to express for him. They get easier as he ages, but the art is something that'll be like a consistent outlet or like a best friend. So make sure that is definitely something that is accessible. I don't think that's something I have to really convince you of. Hello, Christina. How are you doing? I feel like I missed something important, but oh, okay. I'm sorry for your loss as well, Rachel. Hello, Larry. How are you doing? Okay, so we have, is he doing better with fears? Knight of Swords in the reverse, the Star, Strength, and King of Swords in reverse. Yes, there are little hiccups here and there, but yes, he's doing better. And I feel like you are a huge inspiration for your son in terms of dealing with things that are tricky or difficult or scary. So, oh, about the kittens? Oh, please hug the kittens for me. I think it's so amazing that you are caring for those little guys. Was there a little girl too, I think you said? But tell the kittens I say meow. Meow, meow. All right. I think I gotta leave it there, you guys. We are at almost 90 minutes now. Thank you again for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for hyping the video if you're able to. And thank you for checking out my candles. It means the world to me. And I will see you on the next reading. Doodles.